on this one again, you're adding the exponents to get that number. So 7 and negative 3 will give you 4. So your answer is negative 3. And you can look through these examples and catch up. So now we're here. So, Sam. All right, so here's a base 12. Here's a base 12. What should I make this one? 12 squared. So make it 12 squared. And then we can look at, okay, so now we're going to see that we've got a squared plus a negative 9. When you have the sum of that, what does that become?
Negative 7.
Negative 7. So that's going to be your answer. It's going to be a negative 7. And then, so let's find that. It's right there. And then this one. Okay, first of all, these are all the same base. But what's the exponent on this last one?
1.
It's a 1. It is. Don't say nothing. It's a 1. So now, negative 3 plus what will give me a positive 1? A 4. Good job. Okay. So the exponent is a 4. All right. So those are the hardest. Let's go over to, I'll do maybe 2 right above here. Okay, I said don't worry about it right now. Okay, stop talking. Don't worry about it, because you will. All right, so on this one here, what's the rule for the exponent? Is add them. Okay, but I would still do what you're doing is I would do the same sign, the negative 4 and the negative 5, the negative 4 and 1, negative 1 is negative 5 and 9. What's negative 5 and 9? It's going to be a 4. Your exponent is going to be a 4. So it's 4 to the 4th power. And so what is 4 to the 4th power? It is 4 times 4. I'm messing up.
1.8 times.
So we're going to wing it. It is 16 times 16. And just look at your end number. What's 6 times 6?
26.
It's going to end with a 6. Which one ends with a 6? Doesn't it have to be this one?
Wait.
Yes.
This is the only one that ends with a 6.
Yeah.
So it's going to be this one, 256. So again, okay, so go to this one. The base is the same. So I'm going to put my negative 9. And then you find out what your exponent is, but they're actually calculating the answer. So what is my exponent going to be? 6 plus 2 is what? 8 minus 8. 8 minus 8. 0. It's to the 0 exponent. Anything to the 0 is 1.
What sign is this?
It is 80. 80. So again, I think the rest of them should be pretty easy. You add your exponents. Again, keep your base. Find out what your exponent is, and then get it in the correct form.
Can you do one with a fraction? Because I'm not good at fractions.
Okay, this one right here is the letter C. So it's going to be negative 10. What is your exponent? Negative 5. Same sign, sum. Now, so they're actually calculating it out. So is that negative 10 in the right spot? No. So I'm going to make a fraction and I'm going to put it on the bottom. It's negative 10 to the 5th power. First of all, so now I've got to go negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10 times negative 10. Number one, is it going to be positive or negative?
Negative.
It's going to be negative because it's an odd exponent. And then, how many zeros will it have? 5. So it's going to be negative 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that this one?
Yeah.
And cross it out. In fact, we'll finish this section. Okay. So, go back up to the top then. What is that exponent?
I'm saying 4.
3.
5 and a negative 2 is a 3. And so this is going to be, is that answer going to be negative or positive? Negative, because it's an odd exponent, and we already know it's 7 times, you don't have to multiply it all the way out. We already know 7 times 7 is 49.
Negative 343.
Yeah, and then that 49 times 7, 9 times 7 ends with a 3. So where's a negative answer that ends with a 3? Is it going to be this 1 over 343, or is it going to be the negative 343? It's going to be this one, because it's not a negative exponent, so it's not going to be a fraction. It is going to be this one. So it's negative 343. Okay, let's go ahead and go on to this one just a second. What is this one going to be? It's negative 7. Who knows what the exponent is going to be? It is negative 3. So in that case, because it's a negative exponent, is that going to be a whole number or a fraction? Make it into a fraction. Negative 7 over a positive 3. And do we know what that just came to?
1 over 340.
Yeah, it's going to be a negative 1 over 343. So a negative 1 over 343.
I have a question. Why do you have to put the fraction?
I'll answer you later. Okay, so this one, 3, okay, here's my base. I'll start it over here. Negative 10, and it's to the what power? I've got a 3 and a negative 5. What is that going to come to? Negative 2. Because it's a negative exponent, is that going to stay a whole number, or is it going to become a fraction? It becomes, listen carefully, Fred, it's 80. It becomes a fraction if I have that negative exponent, or I switch the spot. So I'm going to make it a 1 over negative 10 squared. So it's 1 over, but because it's a square, is that going to end up being a positive or a negative?
Positive.
It's going to be a positive. So who thinks they know what that final answer is?
100. 100.
What? It's not 100.
1 over 100.
Thank you. 1 over 100.
What did you say?
Fred, why did you say that? Right.
Wait,
So
Brian, what's the answer for number F again? On the last one, the very last one.
It's 1.
The last section.
okay, hold on just a second. So let's finish up with this last one. Okay, let's stop so we can get done. So this is going to be 4.
You already did that one.
I haven't done
It's
this.
256.
Oh, did we get that one already? I guess we did. Okay, we already did it. Right.
Yeah.
Right. So which one?
You show F for the last section.
It's right here.
Why is it important?
Because this was negative 10 to the first power. And so negative 3 plus what will give you a positive 1? Well, it had to be a positive number. So 4 and negative 3 is negative 1. So the answer is, the exponent answer is 4. All right, this, and we might circle these with all the exponents all over, because this was the 6. And this was our 5 was the answer, and so on. Okay.
So if the exponent is negative, you make it a fraction?
It depends. Like if I have a negative 2 to the negative 2, is that going to be made into a fraction?
Yes.
Yes. That becomes 1 over negative 2 to the positive 2. And then I could make it into, 1 over 4. Okay. But what if I have 1 over 2 to the negative 2?
No.
Am I going to make that a fraction? It's already a fraction. But I'm going to do, Charlie, what with it?
Oh, flip it.
I'm going to move it to the top.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Make it
Do you have to use the pencil?
No, I said you didn't have to.
right.
All right. So let me see what time it is. Okay. So we have finished, listen carefully, we have finished those two. These, okay, listen carefully. This is going to be like your other side. It is so easy because you just need to get your exponent. So some of your exponents will be negative. They're not asking you to put it in fraction form at all. Down here, this should be, this one is get your answer. That's going to be like this one, is where you're going to get your answer. And if it's a negative, you make it an exponent. If it's not negative, it's going to stay a whole number. So those are pretty easy. Okay, in just a moment. Like, flip this over, and we're going to zoom through probably half of these, so you only have a few to do. So these are simple. This is simple because why? Because you don't have to put it in fraction form. So let's go down, and we're going to do probably down to here. So what is 10 to the 4th times 10 to the 3rd? 10 to the 7th. What is 10 to the negative 2 times 10 to the negative 4? 10 to the negative 6. What is 10 to the 6? Is this going to be a positive 4 or negative 4? Positive 4. We're on this third one. Okay. Look at here are your answers. Your answers are all, you're just leaving them in exponent form. And just check it off. There's 10 to the 6. You do not need to do the puzzle. 10 to the, hold on just a second. 10 to the negative 6. 10 to the 4th, got it. And then we'll finish these two and I'm done. What is this one going to be?
8 to the 3rd.
8 to the 3rd power. This one's going to be what?
8 to the negative.
8 to the negative 3. And you don't even have to make these in fractions. So 8 to the 3rd. That's it. That's it. Okay. So again, no. You're doing the rest of them. I just showed you how to do them. You're finishing the rest. So you've got, okay, you're doing all of these. You're finishing them. We did 5 of them in like 3 seconds. Then you're doing the rest of these. And that's it, people.